Alrighty, hello friends, hello. Okay. Uh, Sorry, had to look at what's it called? Um, Text from my mom. Some of these people in these Reddit posts be extra as fuck, y'all. Okay, so today we're going to be drawing something. Is it something for the Dorian story that I am the lead artist for? Probably the fuck not at this moment because I am burnt out. And you know what? I wrote the majority of this fucking episode, and the person who is the actual writer has literally had the entire week to write one fucking scene and has not done so. So we're going to fuck off and draw something silly instead. If anyone here actually wants to hear my caterwauling, please let me know. I will try to address things in chat. It's kind of hard to because it doesn't have like a nice invasive little fucking window that I can get into, but you know, it's Gucci. I don't really know how fucking YouTube works, y'all. Let's see. I should have looked for a pose before this, but I did not. I'm going for drawing something stupid and garbage because I started rewatching my favorite anime of all time, which also happens to include my one and only semi-serious anime husband. And so I'm gonna draw my stupid OC, who's also a mascot of this channel, Tabby. Well, her name is actually Telluria, which means of the earth. It comes from the word Tellurian, but Telluria without the N just is a cuter name. Anyway, yeah, so I just wanna. I like drawing stupid things, including cute bullshit. Like Hallmark movie couple Christmas poses, but with Beastmen for some ungodly reason. I guess it's to feel something. I don't know. I actually had a pretty okay day. I did Christmas and birthday shopping for people because I know many of us are afflicted with the curse of knowing about 1,000 fucking people born in late fall and early winter because people's parents can't help but get it on in late winter and early spring. And thus we must all suffer financial consequences for that. Okay. Cool, so I've gotta talk to. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Ask my nephew's father if, like, they've already got a present or whatever before I buy it for him. That fully makes sense. This woman's feet are just out there. They're bare, and the shape in this picture is fascinating. Honestly, I want to draw it, but these bitches wearing shoes. I'm sorry, these bitches wearing shoes. I'm not doing. I mean, I don't actually mind drawing feet. I'm not repulsed by them. I'm not attracted to them in any fucking capacity. But I'm not repulsed by them. I enjoy drawing pretty much any part of the human body. Uh, that probably sounds weird to some people, but I'm fascinated in human form and anatomical structures. It's pretty cool. I just don't have the like balls or the condescending attitude to become a medical professional. So yeah, I'm also just not like that smart. I don't know, like you have to have a lot of gumption and be really really of certain personality types to do medical work without like offing yourself or something, probably. So, I was trying to do the thing that you do in like traditional art where you're real loose handed, but I use a plug and play style of tablet, so that doesn't work out the best. Um, yeah, fun fact about me, because I love the human form so much, I do very much prefer drawing full bodies of characters over just heads and busts. If I'm drawing just a head or bust, it's because I'm either being lazy, I need to save time on something, or I found a really interesting expression chart and I wanted to try them out. Okay, this isn't exactly the shape I'm going for. Okay, knee top is here. I've got this on my phone in my left hand next to me. Bitch is holding a little box, so her thumb is actually out here. Today was my grandma's birthday, and I'm having lunch with her tomorrow, and I'm gonna give her birthday presents. I hope she doesn't hate them. She's a woman who likes very few things, but I like to think I know her enough for her to at least be like, well, I can use some things. I mean, I didn't get her anything big, because, like, I can't afford that. But also, she wouldn't want most big things. Like, she's not really into electronics and shit. There's like, tea, some pens, a card, some satin scrunchies. I really got into satin scrunchies lately because, like, they don't hurt the head. I have a lot of fine hairs. Like, I'm blonde, but I have a fuck ton of hair, so it's like it looks thick, but it's not like thick like you think of whenever someone has like really thick, like textured hair. Like, my hair is wavy. It's in the space between like 2B and C, I guess, if we're talking about textures. Oh my god, this is hideous. Okay. Why didn't any of you people who are definitely not here tell me that this was fucking hideous? Okay, that is getting moved down here. And I'll fix that. My fine feathery folk. Okay. Deslick. Think. Maybe if I turned my pen back on, that would help me. And then this actually belongs closer to the leg. We fix things as we go along. I'm starting from the sketch because I just don't plan things very well when it comes to streams. And I'm not sending this to any Discord groups that I'm in because I don't really, like, if I wanted people I knew to watch me, then I would, advertise. I just figure that if anyone's bored and wants to see a live stream where someone is drawing some shit, and they're like, fuck it, why not? It's the enter fucking whatever night. We can babble together. Like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. Once I'm finished with this post sketch, I will get on my other YouTube account and, like, address comments more closely. Just because I can't really do that on the actual YouTube. My videos. Oh, you're getting a look at the Creator Studio, I guess. Fun, right? Live? Yeah, I'm currently doing this. Before this, I was actually singing along to, like, Lana Del Rey music, because I like her music a lot. And I've got this really, really particularly, one of my playlists is, like, really particularly curated out of, like, it's like a mix of, like, songs from some of the albums, yeah, but, like, most of it is, like, old demo versions of songs, like, pre-album versions of some songs, and then, like, ancient music videos that she, like, made herself that people have, like, re-uploaded onto YouTube years ago and stuff like that. So, like, I've got that one version of the, like, Lolita video where she's got, like, clips from like the 60s movie and like Pretty Guardians, Sailor Moon, you know, the live action series that they did in like the early 2000s in Japan. That and okay, what is the shape of this man's fucking head at this angle? They're almost but not quite touching, so there are lips. That is not going to be the actual shape when all is said and done. Don't worry. It's an odd shape. I've got a egg. I gotta egg him. The noses touch. Hilariously, the art of this series is not focused on like anatomical correctness, especially, I mean, the Beastmen are not humans. Like, they have human DNA somewhere in there, but they're like part different animals and shit. I guess if I remember correctly, like, okay, I probably don't have all of the lore because like I've watched the series about 1,000 times, and I've read all I could find between like wikis and translations of stuff and like bonus comics and stuff like that. I've watched the movies. I want to buy the movies. I have the whole series uncut in Japanese. I want to get that new set that's got like the whole series plus the movies. Though I kind of hope that they come out with a version that have the movies dubbed and subbed both, because I like both versions audio a lot. So like, because both are brilliant, both are really well done, and I mean, I guess part of why I can say that is maybe a little bit of bias because I first watched it dubbed on frickin' Sci-Fi Channel in like 2009, but that was my first exposure to Gurren Lagann was Sci-Fi back when it was still SCIFI, channels Anime Mondays, which had a really interesting mix of things because like they had, at least at the time that I was watching this, because you know how Adult Swim just ran Death Note on loop for years? Like, they would start it, and then once it ended, they would just restart it. Like, 37 episode loops. And they did the same shit with Inuyasha, but Inuyasha's got, like, over 100 fucking episodes. You know, shit like that. They might still do that. I don't know. I haven't had cable in years. Anyway, but, like, his is a very square box, and it's bigger. And it does cut into her hand a bit. And it goes over her legs. So that's part of why you can't exactly say where her legs go to an extent. I think the box is higher up. And then, yeah, it doesn't go quite that low. Because you've got to... Oh, this is going to be really funny to adjust to this character's arms. Because I'm drawing Viral. Yes, Viral. Fuck off. I love him. He's a creature, and, like, I'm attracted to character development. I have realized that. It doesn't matter how weird a motherfucker looks, character development. Though he is a pretty boy. Like, as far as the Beastmen go, he's a pretty boy. Honestly, as far as this fucking series goes, most of the people in this series are not that pretty. Okay, you know, the women are generally hot. I'll give them that. And, like, Simone, when he's an adult, is pretty. He's got the funny little... He's got the funny little eyes still, for the most part. But he's pretty. Like... Okay, we're seeing... This is where his eye is. This is elbow... What is an elbow? Eyebrow. And then the ear is down here. And then his hairline is... Oh god, the guy in this picture actually has a pretty unfortunate hairline. You know, white dudes. I apologize. A lot of, like, especially like Anglo. I don't know, like the blonde ones have sort of unfortunate hairlines. Um, Not all of them, obviously, but a lot. Um, Medical science is great, but also like just Rocket, it's fine. We don't see his other leg, but it's in a slightly different shape than I've got here. Okay, so we've got this. Okay, cool. We've got the basic pose sketched. So we're gonna sketch the character now. And I actually have like the ultimate fucking. Okay, so I did a painstaking reference. Rewatching the series and stuff. Rewatching some of the specific episodes too, because you could see like where his scars are and stuff. Uh, and like the proportions of his body and things like that are really unique and interesting. But that's also one thing that I love about like some Gynax, about like a lot of Gynax and then most Trigger shows too. Things are based more on like expression than like reality, and it is delightful. Um, do I use my tiny pop-up braid of Viral for reference on drawing him? Not really, because I fully believe he doesn't have an eye under that emo bang. I fully believe he doesn't have an eye under there. They make every effort not to show it in the series, in the comics, in the movie. Like they just black it out. They make every effort. All of his hairstyles, not a single one of them shows it. So I'm just like, well, I think that just means he doesn't fucking have an eye there. And I personally think that that's kind of a cool fucking detail, especially since he's like military. You know, he's like, we don't know what the fuck he's done or seen. We don't know where or like when he got scars and shit. Okay, so we're gonna use a different color. Let's use orange this time. Let's use eye burning orange. Um, let's get this man drawn. So I don't know what kind of fucking like the clothes that they wear in like communist city are pretty basic still for the most part. Unless you're like someone important, then it's not going to be super like okay. So anyways, he actually has like abnormally long arms at every like step of the way. Even whenever his arms are on the relatively thin side up top, and then they like blow up into Popeye arms. Except he's also got these giant fucking claws, so his hands go down to his knees. I feel so bad for this man if he was ever a junior high school girl trying to get away with some shorts. Like, damn. For like a high school girl, I guess it's more appropriate. That's where you saw more of the problem. But like, you know, like it happens the whole time. Okay, yeah, because his arms are just fucking huge, and like, okay, they kind of go out, and so, God, I love drawing hands, and I do it. My hands look ugly as shit. Like they look ugly. That it's just the nature of the beast. It's two of my favorite characters of all time are Viral and Tomura Shigaraki, who are both you've got to put a lot of effort into the hands when drawing. Tomura for different fucking reasons, and it depends on what part of the series whether the hands are on the Oh, sorry. I was talking and then I wasn't. But yeah, I made a really good reference, but I'm not using it right now because that would take a lot of scrolling in my phone to get to at this point. I should separate my phone into like specific folders by like usage or character or something, but they're really just like I search for things in the folders of like how it got to my phone. Like, download and camera, shit like that. The typical ones that your phone like has by default. Okay, his hands are big enough that the fucking box just fits in his fucking paw. And I'm like, do I put it there? Because it blocks a lot of her out if I do that. So I'm just going to leave him presentless for the moment. And I don't know, that might be what he wears. I don't fucking know. This is kind of AU, I guess. The story involving my OC is very stupid and kind of scant. I'm trying to get him drawn so that it's easy. He has a little fucking nose. He has a little sharp nose. Well, he's got like average for the show. Like he's not abnormally tiny nosed. Like I think most of the characters just have sort of small, pointy noses because it's an anime and the nose isn't always the most important part of like expressions and shit. Like they focus more on like eyes and mouths. They focus a lot on mouths. I love it. The art speaks to me and I love it so much. And he has little regular round human ears. A lot of Japanese artists draw him with pointed ears for some reason. I don't know if that's just like old art or if it's just like a aesthetic preference. A lot of the Japanese. Oh wait, he doesn't fucking fuck. Do I flip this so that I can draw his eye, or do I just emo bang? Well, I technically draw him with like the hairstyle he ends the series with in the epilogue, which still has an emo bang, and it's almost as long as what he starts the series with, but it's just a little bit shorter. Okay, that's still actually pretty cute, so I'm keeping it. Because again, I fully believe he just doesn't have an eye there. And I will take any excuse I can to show his pretty, pretty teeth. I love sharp teeth. I love the shark teeth. Speaking of shark teeth, if you like Bitey Boys, go to the Dorian app and play this thing called Shark Bait. It is very fun, and if you're like me, it may get you to do things like spend money in cosplay. I cosplay like the least popular character. I cosplay the most hated character. Just because all of my friends. Okay, so we did a cosplay group this summer that kind of ended in disaster or tragedy, but it was fun at the time for the most part. Anyway, but it was fun making the costume, and I still have fun cosplaying the character, so I don't care. But basically, like this character is like a minor antagonist. Literally, he like helps them in the long run, but he's like a minor antagonist for like one fucking episode, and like the MC and a bunch of the characters have beef with him that he fucking deserves. Like he's a fucking asshole. Like he's okay. So the thing is, like, he's um he's the doctor, but he's kind of almost more of a mage than a scientist necessarily, and it's fascinating. And he is also a sadistic dom. You only get one. You only get like 2 spicy scenes, and only one of them is actually good. If you can take it, please. In episode 16, pick the what's it called? The fucking scalpel option, because I promise you, it's good. It's better than the candle wax option. I tried both just because I paid for every interaction with him so that I could study him because I cosplayed him. I've cosplayed him a few times now. But, because all of my friends were already being the council, which is like the 4 mains. And I was like, okay, who can I pull off? And I was like, oh, the doctor has a fun design, I'll be him. And so I went with that, and I don't have regrets, so yeah. But anyway, okay, and now we're drawing my chick, so I'm going to go to YouTube on my phone, and we're gonna subscriptions, live, make sure I mute my motherfucking self. Drawing my chick. Oh, fuck. I hit the wrong button. Drawing my chick, so I'm going to go to YouTube on my phone, and we're gonna subscriptions, live. There we go. Now you don't have to hear me through me. Okay. Anyway, so, yeah, I cosplayed him initially based on character design, but also I love the type of shark he is. So, I already had a soft spot. And then, I got really into his character. You ever do that? I never hated him because I already kind of have a thing for, the character types that he kind of is. I love bitches. What can I say? I love a bitch. She does not have human ears. Why the fuck did I draw human ears on her? She has these big fucking tufted, Eurasian lynx ears going on. I've only drawn this bitch about 1 million fucking times because I am deranged. And I love to draw myself inserts. But yeah, I ended up being able to take some really good pictures with a couple of people and some mediocre pictures with the person who I was better friends with at the time. I don't think I'm very good friends with any of these people at this point. But I keep making her hair longer as I grow mine out. Whoops. It's just fun to draw. Anyway. But part of it's my fault. I'm psychologically... I need help. And I'm going to get help soon, so don't worry about that. I have friends, I'm just bad at it, if that makes sense. I also have a schedule that's not easy to hang out with, because I'm too old for my friends to still have unstable schedules like I have. Mine's not even unstable, it's just weird days. It's I've had the same job for 6 years. And yeah, I know, that's a cardinal sin for a millennial. To have the same fucking job for 6 years. I know it's a cardinal fucking sin, and it's really stupid, because I should be doing anything to do better, but I need my health insurance. I need my health insurance. Okay, so she does not have ears back here, but she does have a little strap. It doesn't show. Okay, it doesn't fucking show. But yeah, and I don't actually draw on her markings. I'm really just doing that for like the benefit of anyone who shows up in the chat or anything, so that they understand that her hair's gonna have stripies because it's cute. And she's oh yeah, I can just info dump about my bitch. So she's a beast woman who is really old. She's pretty old, not quite as old as Guam. She's not like 1,000 or anything. She's like 800 and something. And I kind of have her as like one of the like older beastmen in general, just because like that's what feels right for the kind of story I want to tell with her, I guess. But she is part Eurasian lynx and part snow leopard. Like what she's supposed to be. So it's a so basically she's fluffy and she's got pointed ears and tufted ears and tail. They're pretty big. She is fluffy. She's got both spots and stripes in different parts of her body, and yeah, she's got relatively big hands. Not like him or anything, but like for a lady, her hands look a little big, and she's got little black claws and like feline fangs, you know, where she's got fangs on the top and the bottom. The ones on top are pretty big, so it's a little vampire-y, but it's really cute. But yeah, and she her job back in Teplin was like okay, so in the series they kind of imply that like they say that beastmen have to go into like a death-like state in order to like stay alive, and I guess like we're not given a lot of detail on that in series, and I haven't found anything more detailed elsewhere. I really need and want to get the Gurren Lagann Archives book. I might do that with my with my Christmas money. I might do that with my Christmas money because my mom's going to send me some Christmas money, and I'm like, ooh, yes. I mean, I've got I'm covering my bills and buying everyone Christmas presents and birthday presents and shit, and I've got enough for like, I'm gonna have enough for the books that come out in January because I've got 3 manga books I know for sure that I'm gonna buy in January because I'm gonna get Oshini Amigami, Otaku Vampires Love Bite, to Tamon's B-side 6, and at the end of the month, Hitorijime My Hero 15? 6? I think it's 15. I know what the cover looks like. It's got everyone kind of all celebrating in cute pastel clothes. Anyway, Masahiro Sotagawa is best boy. I love him so much. He is such a fucking sweetheart, and he deserves all the good things. Okay. Anyway, but so her job is basically, why is this bitch wearing a ring on her middle finger? Is that they're engaged, I guess? Okay, that makes sense. Anyway, that actually does make sense for these characters. Anyway, but so like her job back in Teplin was to okay, wait, fuck. I've got to get back to the death-like state. Okay, so I've taken that kind of, especially since whenever we're like given the scene where Lord Genome is talking to Viral about this, when we're told all that about how he gave Viral a new body, so he's like immortal, like unkillable now, because he's pissed off at him, and he's pissed off at he's even more pissed off at the humans, and he wants someone to be witness forever and basically like walk around like Homer talking about how Lord Genome fucking took down these rebellious humans and like the folly of hubris kind of shit, you know? Like that kind of thing. So yeah, it's very that. Um but like yeah, we're shown these like pods, right? So that made me think, maybe they've got like rejuvenation pods that they like, or maybe, yeah. Her tail kind of is as long as I want it to be. I'm going the full Gynax route with the tail, basically. It's as long as I want it to be for like given cute pose, basically. And it has a little mind of its own. It has a little mind of its own. It kind of likes to mess with her a little bit. It likes to mess with Viral because she really likes him, and for a while there, she's trying not to make that obvious, but her tail can't help it. It's cute. Anyway, they actually kind of start off with never like a relationship of hate or anything, but like kind of a more of a I know so much about you because of my job, and like I was cheering for you for the good of our people, and then things took an interesting turn and we've both ended up in these weird positions because like after the fall of, you know what, I'm just gonna tuck a present into his like elbow here and then he can be holding her. I think that's cuter. I think that's cuter. Fuck off, I think it's cuter. Anyway, do people actually do this? I guess people with a lot of time on their hands probably do. Anyway, I wrap presents, but I don't do like the whole ribbon like that. I guess I do have enough time on my hands I could do that. Anyway. If we do show any of her chest, she's got her leopard sort of spots here. And then she's got stripies on her legs. It's always weird being in group chats where like someone's shit talking somebody else from a different group chat, but like you don't want to be in their mess, so you just kind of like whatever. And it's like I don't know what person one did to piss person two off because I don't pay that much attention to what goes on in different Discord chats. Anyway, so her job was to like watch over, monitor situations, get people in and out of their pods, stuff like that, right? And I think that they probably had a few of these in Teplin, like at the time that it fell, just because of how many fucking beastmen there were. But she like lived in the giant gunman that is Teplin itself. So she's seen some shit, and this guy has a really wide chest, but then it like gets into narrow hips. He's like disproportionately high, like big fucking shoulders. Okay, and I've got to figure out what do I think these fuckers are wearing. They could both be wearing sweaters, but he feels like a button or zipper guy to me. I feel like Beastman. Actually, it seems pretty common in Gurren Lagann. Everyone just has zippers or ties. Like if you've ever noticed, there's not a lot of like buttons outside of like things that are clearly just for aesthetic and not for like function. Like, and that feels very right for world building. I very, very much see them like not really doing buttons because that would be so hard. Like, imagine having these fucking hands and doing little tiny fucking buttons. That would be impossible. Me adding things? Yes. Me adding things to the pose whenever I don't have a reference for what that. At least I draw this kind of shit all the time. And she's got floofy hair, so it's okay. It's getting close to her ears. There's her other arm. Okay. So we are good on that. We've got our character sketch. And now we can get into the line art. I like using brown for line art because it just feels right. It looks pretty. It looks pretty. Do I want to use this smooth ass pen or do I want to use my favorite pen? Yeah, I talk like that sometimes because I'm a stupid fuck, but it's okay. It's fun. Let's see. Maybe if I did chats, maybe if I did streams more often, people would come to them. But you know, it's weird. People don't like people online nowadays don't know what Picardo.tv is, and I'm like, man, that was the shit. Like, it was fun. Like, a lot of people from like DeviantArt and Tumblr would like come to Picardo streams, and it'd be really cool. And you could get a lot done. You could get requests from people. You could take requests. It was like super fun and like pretty chill most of the time. Like, on occasion, you get some douchey kid from DeviantArt be like, "Can you draw my character? I don't even have like a proper description of them, and I want you to do like a full fucking like piece, a full color piece for free." I didn't see people using the word render so often back whenever I was on those websites. Outside of like, I feel like 3D Spaces is really the only place I saw people talking about like rendering. But it's so common nowadays, and I'm like, huh. It's kind of frustrating watching people who just started drawing a few months ago get so good at it so fast whenever I've been drawing my whole life and I still do this shit. It's like, man, I know that's a skill level on my part, but damn. Like, I'm not begrudging them, I'm not a bitch to them for it or anything. But it's like, man, what am I doing? I don't know what I am doing in life, but it's okay, because I am paying my bills, and I am doing... I'm doing fun things. I'm taking good care of my cat. I'm in the process of addressing health concerns. It's like... I have like some kind of hormonal condition. We used to have a diagnosis, but the diagnosis doesn't make sense, so they put it down as just condition, and it's like, oh, okay, cool. Well, the type condition, like without a specification anymore. So it's like, oh, that's fine. It's weird. Because like, I don't even really have the symptoms of the condition. It's just that, like, there were some things that were sort of similar enough, and, like, my body is of a type that people kind of assume it, so it's, like, a whole thing, but it's weird. Anyway, the fucking, oh yeah, but, like, okay, so back on Templin, we know he was commander of the Far East Theater Human Eradication Force, and she was at the Capitol, kind of heading up the Rejuve pods. And then we get into the post-Teplin era in like Communist City and all that, right? And they have and everyone's in their own places. I love everything about like the Beastmen. I find them interesting. Their concepts are interesting. I want to know. I wish we knew more about their like cultures and stuff too, but it's fine. It's a short series, original anime, so like I don't expect the most like detail about like mostly background characters. Like Viral is the most major Beastman character, and he looks more man than beast for the most part. But anyway, fucking okay. So the she basically takes it upon herself to make sure and fight for the inclusion of Beastmen in their new world. She ends up being like a government, like involved in the government in Communist City. She has minor beef with Rossiu, and then that beef turns larger throughout the series. Anyway, but like throughout the way they have met several times. Of course, he keeps coming back injured, and then he'll go off again, and there'll be all of these stories and stuff about him, and he's got shit. Like, he's a guy who we see in canon sometimes doesn't seem to know when the fuck to shut up, and I love that. I think it's cute. But yeah, so like yeah, so while he's doing his own thing, figuring out I guess his place in the world and all that stuff for a while there, and then eventually doing things that are considered vaguely terroristic. Like we don't really have the whole picture, but like whenever we meet him again, he's trying to help people who want to live underground get to a village. And like he calls Simone out on the Grapparols like getting his ass for doing that, and Simone obviously didn't know that they were doing that because Rossiu kind of was the actual like leader of the government. It's just that Simone had a better public face going on, but like there was like the coup and everything else. Anyway, so fucking with the Mugon and everything. And we get to see that little tiny slice, and I think that during that period of time they also almost definitely met at least once or twice, just in the fact of like she's got such sensitive ears, and she's got her like whiskers out for everything. She's like trying to keep good track of as many beastmen as she can, because she wants them to be safe. She cares about them, or they're her people, and so they meet a few times. Oh, hi. Okay, sorry. And they get to a point, like, where it's kind of funny because they both like each other, but they absolutely deny it because it's stupid and they've both, frankly, got much better things to do. And then the shit with the Mugon happens, and like, she's doing whatever she can to ensure people's safety. They've got that weird point in time where, and they kind of reuse this plotline in Promare. Sorry. Favorite movie. Made by the same motherfuckers as my favorite anime. Pretty much. Anyway, but so whenever things come back in line and like the universe has essentially been saved for the time being, of course, we are told that it is an immutable truth that if spirals do not like enforce like self restrictions on this power, then it will spell trouble and fuck everybody over one day. Like, that is something that we're presented with as an apparently immutable truth. Even though we have seen time and again that physics are not real and do not exist in this anime. They just don't. Physics are not real and they don't exist. This anime. You can just make shit up as long as you're confident enough about it in the moment, then the right people can do basically anything. But I think it's meant to be a show of that strength, that necessary strength, that Simone does not bring Nia back or prevent her from dissolving. Because if he did that, then that would essentially open the door for nobody dies ever, and we just keep populating until everything goes to actual hell and we can't do anything about it anymore. Like, again, we need those self-limiters. Like, you can do anything, but you have to have the ability to make the judgment call of when anything is appropriate, you know? So that is something that I think is probably, I think that's something that feels correct. Because, like, it took me a long time to realize that, too, because, like, for the longest time I just assumed that he couldn't. And that's why he didn't. But, like, as I've gotten older and, like, I've read and watched analyses of the series, and I've, like, done my own, like, thinking upon, like, multiple rewatches, that feels very clear to me. Like, because Simon never wanted to be somebody notable. He always wanted to be a worker bee and get by, essentially. And then he's been repeatedly thrown into circumstances that mandate that he become this, like, extremely powerful person. And I don't think he ever begrudged anyone who threw him into that. Like, I think, well, except maybe, like, the Anti-Spirals and Lord Genome, obviously, like, the generals, like, people who sought to hurt those he loved, of course. But I think, especially as he grew up, he definitely got to a place by his middle age when we see him in the epilogue for a moment there, where he made peace with the fact that certain things have to happen, and it sucks, but that's really the best thing, is to just do your best to get by however you can, you know? And I don't know, there's something I find kind of interesting and hopeful in its own strange way about that, I suppose. But yeah, and so yeah, anyway, like post series kind of time, I think these two um, both work their own ways through their different parts of the government, and um, eventually, whenever he's gotten his own, he's like gotten command of his own ship. I don't know, like we're not given any details on how things get to the epilogue. We're not given any amount of detail on how the characters are supposed to get to the epilogue. But I like to think that he'd be the kind of motherfucker that like insists on working for it, because like he is a competitive creature, and he's also a highly honorable creature. He would not like to be handed things that he doesn't think he's earned. But I don't think he's necessarily starting from like the bottom. He's not like going and whipping a bunch of people's asses in like boot camp or some bullshit, in like rapper fucking boot camp or something. I mean, Jesus. He had a custom fucking gunman, for God's sake. He had multiple custom gunmen with a cute little hat. That became the Grand Logans. Cute little hat. Sure. Anyway, but I would love if I could draw a line, bitch. Okay. Anyway, so like I think that he, like, I have an interaction written down where like they talk about if he ever got wrapped up in everything again, he would want her to work with him, because he knows how capable she is and how much she would fight anyone, even him. And she's like, I'll hold you to it. And so whenever he becomes a captain of the ship, the fucking Super Galaxy Diagram, I will say, I think Cathedral Terra sounded fucking badass. But Viral is correct in that is not the, like, that does not fit with the humans at all in this series. And oh my god, I want to flesh out the characters that are like the background beastmen on his ship. Like, you see his ship crew beneath him for like a half a second, and I've got screenshots of them on my phone. And well, not screenshots, I took pictures with my phone of my television screen to get these. But there's like several, like some of them are humans, but several of them are clearly beastmen. Like, I think there's like a little goat, there's like a goat dude and stuff. And like, I want to flesh out these characters so bad, because I love the fucking, like, I love thinking about like, what did they do on Teplin? And like, how did they get to the job they have now? Like, what skills transferred? Who might have been like the general they were closest to being under? Like, how Viral initially worked sort of under Timulf, because like the East, because he was in the East and everything, and so that makes sense and everything. But yeah, the kind of jobs that they would have, I just think is really interesting, and like what kind of personalities they have. And I have a few other like Beastmen OCs myself. Like, one of my favorites is a set of twins that are a two-headed snake woman. One head looks like a python and the other one looks like a viper. And I kept with the... Okay, so with Teleria, she's kind of got a sciencey name, but she doesn't exactly have like a biology-themed name like the Beastmen usually do. But these twins do. They're Rivos and Ome, like ribosome. And Rivos is the python. She is she's kind of like, okay, so the twins are both kind of in the camp of loving to watch shit go down. Because it's interesting and fun for them, basically. And I love that. Part of that is just a piece of me going into them, I think. I don't like to be involved in shit, but I do love to watch shit. It's entertainment. But anyway. I got added to a Discord chat purely for the sake of sharing tea about a Discord chat that I'm not in. And oh my god, furry drama is delicious. Furry drama is fucking lovely. It's fucking insane. This is not the worst. This is not bad furry drama. This isn't like people are fucking their dogs or anything. This is like people are being weird and petty in group chats that I'm not in kind of drama. So like, fair. But like, I'm just saying, if you like to make a persona, if you like to observe weird drama, make a persona. I sincerely enjoy like furry art and culture though. I have a persona. She's an avian actually, so I have an avian Sona. She is part great horned owl, part Indian ringneck, and part lovebird, because that made a really cute bird. She looks like she has little, like, short little twin tails, and I love it dearly. Anyway, but yeah, and oh yeah, getting back to what I was talking about here. So, he offers her the job on his spaceship, and she's like, I'll have to think about that. Okay, fuck yeah. Right? And so, by the time of the epilogue, she's, like, working, pretty much what she's already been doing, but she's more in the, like, Beastman, like, management, living, relations, stuff like that. And because she's like the best suited person to the job. She's well known by everyone. This is like the biggest ship in their fleet, so they need all the help they can get, basically. And so yeah, she's like the best they've got for this, and it's fulfilling work for her. She really loves being able to get things that people need going on, because Beastman varies so much. Like, okay, she's just wearing socks. Look at it. Cute, fluffy little socks. Fuck. it's probably weird to love that song so much while also being part of a community whose fashion gets kind of fucked over by people who um, use an aesthetic based on the 90s version of that movie, if I remember correctly. Anyway, but oh, I love um when my tablet just decides not to work. Okay, this is not new, but new to me. I bought this tablet secondhand. It's the same model as my old one. Sorry, I'm trying to write. I'm hovering my pen over it now because it should move, but it's not. It'll move in a minute. But yeah, so she's got that job, and he's obviously a captain, and he doesn't need to sleep or anything. So he like is busy all the time, and I'm kind of dumb because like I love to make like horror and sci-fi like based things, but then they're actually comedies. Then the thing itself, that the part that I'm making is actually comedy because it's just fun. Damn it! Oh, cool. Got it to work again. Nice. I unplugged it and plugged it back in. Probably not supposed to be so willing to do that, but you know, whatever works. There we go. And then I'll erase the excess lines here. I got Dutch Bros today, and it was yummy, but I should have specified that I wanted a hot drink. Because it's not that cold here, but I am a person who, due to health problems, is cold basically all the time, and like I'm like low oxygen and anemic. I take vitamins and drink a lot of water and do my best to like rest and get enough exercise each day, but it's stuff that I need to get addressed further, probably by like proper treatment, medication even. Anyway, but like, man, I really wish that iced coffee wasn't the like norm, and they would at least ask if what I wanted was iced or hot, because I really wanted hot coffee, but at least the iced version tastes good too, so whatever. My car has a heater. I'm fine, but you know, we all like to whinge a little. It feels weird not to draw the stripies on her tail. I think I'm just putting her in like a midi, like pencil skirt. I've got one. I want more of them in different colors, but I've got one black one that I wear casually all the time, and I love it so much. I also wear it like it's a nice looking skirt, so like I can wear it for like presentations and stuff too. But yeah. Okay, I'm gonna look at oh, these things are so cute. I love snow leopards. They're so pretty. They're so cute. I love them. Okay. Yeah, the spots get done. A lot of the black, like flat black things get done in lines just because I like the look of it, I guess. I don't know. I don't really have a big reason for most of the things I do in my art. OCs meant to represent me usually have small mouths and big eyes because I have a small mouth and big eyes. But I also have sleepy eyes. Oh wait, I can't see her spots over there. She's wearing sleeves. She's wearing sleeves. There we go, and now we can. Anyway, so yeah, and they've got like. Okay, so I say secret. Sci-fi in space office romance going on, but it's not secret. Literally everyone knows. He's not trying to keep it secret. She tried to keep it on the down low for a while because she thought it was only decent. But he has no sense of propriety in that particular, like, it's not something that he considers, like, honorable. And, like, truth be told, like, none of the humans give a flying fuck. Like, the humans are straight up confessing that if things had happened differently, they would totally be getting married as they die in space. So, like, it's not a thing that I think really fucking presses anybody if they're in a relationship, you know? Ooh, y'all hear the concrete vibrating subwoofer that my neighbor has driving through? I don't fucking care. But it's just a slightly notable thing. Anyway, so it's just kind of funny because she's like, "Damn it, Meryl," and he's like, "Hmm." Nah, he's not that cheeky, but you know, he just doesn't see any fucking reason to hide their relationship at all. It's like, it's not like she's one of his men or anything. You know, it's not like she's like someone he's commanding to go die anywhere. But like, it seems like they're doing like all peaceful shit anyway, so it's not like that's even an issue. Okay, so I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing here. I am erasing. I need to pay my phone bill actually. I'm gonna go ahead and do that after I finish this. Anyway, but so they go through different little things, and I write kind of a shitty fanfiction. I haven't posted most of it, but you know, just little things. I just post random. I just like write random little scenes when I'm in different moods, I guess, if that makes sense. And like the most recent thing I've written is kind of a sick fic because like due to things that my body does to me, I'm very low energy a good number of days. And so I live alone, and then I also like live alone. So it just feels nice to kind of think about if I had someone who would take care of me. And so like that kind of gets played with through my character and the person that she loves and stuff like that. It's just kind of fun. I don't know. It's harmless, and honestly, it's better for me to do this for the time being than it is for me to be on the dating apps ghosting people all the time because I get really bored really easily. I'm bad at. Okay, so I'm good at talking to people in real life, but I don't drink. So it's kind of hard to meet people who are like actively on the dating scene and my age, because I am not a spring chicken, but I'm also not like old. I am an adult. I am very much an adult, but I'm not old. It's it's a whole thing, man. It's a whole fucking thing. See that I adore the light, make the voice all like something else. See in the D-A-R-K, dark tonight. D-A-R-K, do it my way. Every Saturday night I catch a sub to ride for you, baby. Cruising down the streets in Hollywood and Vine for you, baby. I drive fast, wind in my hair, push it to the limits 'cause I just don't care. I got a burning desire for you, baby. Got a burning desire. Every Saturday night it stops. Someone cover the lights for you, baby. Drive fast, bury your ears. To touch yourself to pretend you're there. Hands are on my hips, your name is on my lips. Over and over again like my only prayer. Come and tell me, boy. Got a burning desire for you, baby. Got a burning desire. Tell me, boy. Got a burning desire for you, baby. Got a burning desire. I drive fast, wind in my hair. Push it to the limits 'cause I just don't care. Got a burning desire for you, baby. Got a burning desire. I drive fast, flash. Everyone knows it. I'm trying to get to you, baby. Feeling scared and you know it. Drive fast, flash. Everyone knows it. I'm trying to get to you, baby. I'm feeling scared and you know it. I got a burning desire for you, baby. Got a burning desire. Tell me, boy. Got a burning desire for you, baby. Got a burning desire. I drive fast, wind in my hair. Push it to the limits 'cause I just don't care. Ask me where I've been everywhere. Over and over again like my only prayer. Got a burning desire for you, baby. Got a burning desire. Tell me, boy. Got a burning desire for you, baby. Got a burning desire. I drive fast, wind in my hair. Push it to the limits 'cause I just don't care. I've got a burning desire for you, baby. I've got a burning desire. Drive fast, flash. Everyone knows it. I'm trying to get to you, baby. I'm feeling scared and you know it. Drive fast, flash. Everyone knows it. I'm trying to get to you, baby. I'm feeling scared and you know it. I know that he intrinsically looks wrong because the way his body is shaped is actually like that. He's got like these massive fucking shoulders. It goes down into a really slim fucking waist and hip. And then he's got these real long ass arms. He's got long legs, but it's like, and he's got really big feet. He's got he's like almost got Kingdom Hearts feet going on. And his shoes are pointed for some ungodly reason. Anyway, okay. Should I leave it at this for tonight, or should I continue coloring? Let's see where I get with this, I guess. I forgot to draw her motherfucking glasses. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Her glasses are important. There we go. Okay. So this is where we are. We've got light art. My eyes are very tired, so I think I'm gonna call it for the night. I might do some okay. Cool. Alright, well, I hope y'all have a lovely evening, okay? And happy holidays to all.